Let's be real, your riding gear says way more about you than you think. It's not just protection, it's a full-blown personality broadcast. Whether you're rocking full race leathers on your 30-minute Starbucks run, or you're one of those shorts and sneakers bro, I'm just vibing types, you're sending a message loud and clear to every other rider on the road. We all love to believe we're just practical, sensible people making smart choices. But deep down, your jacket, your boots, your gloves, even your helmet style, that's all character design, baby. And like it or not, we're here to break it all down. So buckle your chin strap, or don't if that's your style, and prepare to get profiled. This is your unofficial rider horoscope based entirely on what you wear. Laugh, cry, deny everything, but you're on this list. We all are. Number 1. The full race leathers on the street. You're not commuting. You're qualifying for pole position. In your mind, that roundabout is turn 6 at Mugello, and you're trail breaking into glory while a minivan of screaming toddlers follows behind you at a safe and respectful distance. You've got knee sliders that have never seen pavement, but God help anyone who questions their purpose. You rehearse your tuck in the mirror. Your boots squeak like racing pit crews, and your gloves could perform surgery. But underneath all that leather and speed lust is someone who craves validation. You want every car to look over and know this isn't just a ride, it's a performance. Your bike is spotless, your gear is color matched, and your chicken strips are the size of linguine because public roads aren't exactly track prepped. You probably complain about not getting enough lean angle in traffic, like the guy in front of you should have apexed his lane change. And let's be honest, half the reason you wear all that race-grade protection is because it feels fast. And that's okay. Just admit it. You could be crawling at 25 miles an hour and still look like you're about to set a lap record. We salute your commitment to the fantasy, but maybe save the elbow drag for somewhere without speed bumps. Number 2, the armored hoodie guy. You're the urban ninja, the tactical commuter, the guy who wants to be protected but not look like he rides a motorcycle. And honestly, fair enough. That armored hoodie is the mullet of riding gear. Business on the inside, party on the outside. You probably ride a naked bike or a supermoto. You lane split like it's an Olympic sport, know 3 different shortcuts through the city nobody else knows, and your helmet probably has a tinted visor. Because eye contact is a social contract you just don't have time for. Your vibe is very, I'm not like other riders. You don't need high vis. You don't need a $1,200 suit. You need something that looks normal when you walk into a coffee shop. And yeah, that one riding jean you own, you'll wear it like a uniform. It's faded, torn in 3 places, but somehow still doing its job. But here's a kicker. For all your casual energy, you're usually better geared up than the guy in full leathers who never zips his jacket. Under that hoodie is actual armor, and that says something. You're not trying to prove anything. You just want to ride, get where you're going, and not look like a lost Power Ranger while you're doing it. Number 3, the cargo shorts and sneakers warrior. Ah, yes, the Denim Darwin Award nominee. The human embodiment of, it won't happen to me. You, my friend, are the reason the ER keeps a steady supply of skin grafts on standby. Shorts flapping in the wind, ankle socks barely hanging on, and a pair of Vans that once touched a skateboard in 2011. Gear? You mean your vape and your sunglasses? You talk a big game about freedom, how riding is all about feeling the wind and not being weighed down. And sure, technically, it is hard to be weighed down when you're wearing less armor than a toddler on a tricycle. Here's the irony. You're not free. You're just one pothole away from losing the skin off your entire thigh. When someone brings up gear, you roll your eyes. Too hot, you say. Too bulky. But then you spend 10 minutes complaining about how your left sock got soaked in the rain. It's always the little things, huh? Still, you're out there, and hey, no one doubts your bravery, just your judgment. One day maybe you'll upgrade to, jeans. Until then, ride safe, Captain Calf Exposure. Because when the asphalt hits, your shorts won't save you, but the GoPro footage might go viral. Number 4, the ADV Power Ranger. You don't just gear up, you assemble. You've got so many pockets, NASA could use your jacket as a storage module. You're the type who can fix a puncture, brew coffee, and navigate a sandstorm all without taking off your gloves. And speaking of gloves, they got touchscreen fingertips, built-in wipers, and probably a divorce mode. You roll up to group rides looking like you're headed to cross Mongolia, but your actual destination is a gas station 12 miles away. Doesn't matter. You've got a hydration pack, spare visor, flare gun, electrolyte tablets, and a rain liner tucked somewhere deep in your pants. You're basically a Swiss Army human. The high-vis accents on your jacket are visible from space. You got more reflective tape than a construction site, and your pants? Zippers in places no one dares unzip. But here's a twist. You use your gear. You put in miles, rain or shine. You've actually camped off your bike. You know your tire pressures by heart, and while others are fumbling with Bluetooth, you've already loaded 5 GPS backups, downloaded offline maps, and memorized the elevation profile. Laugh all you want, this rider's got staying power. If the apocalypse hits mid-ride, they'll survive. They're basically Mad Max, but with Gore-Tex. Number 5, the Vintage Leather Jacket Purist. This rider doesn't wear gear, they wear character. Their jacket is older than half the people at bike night and has survived more crashes than some riders' entire dating history. It's not just distressed, it's got stories. Faded elbow crease? That's from a breakdown in '98. Burn mark on the sleeve? Campfire in Yosemite. Smell of gasoline and tobacco? That's not residue. That's cologne. They don't trust synthetics. Kevlar's for cowards. Real protection comes from 3 millimeters of cowhide and a complete lack of fear. They're skeptical of anything with a USB port and deeply suspicious of modular helmets. This is the kind of person who will rebuild their carb in a hotel parking lot using a spoon and a toothpick and still make it to the ride on time. They likely own a Triumph or a heavily modded CB750. Maybe even a Royal Enfield, but only if it leaks oil the way God intended. Their gloves are fingerless, their boots are scuffed engineer style, and their goggles have actual bugs embedded in the lenses. They don't ride fast, but they ride right, with soul, steel, and stubbornness. Deep down you respect them, because while everyone else is chasing the future, they're keeping the past alive, one creaky zipper at a time. Number 6, the branded up sport biker. You see this rider before they even show up, because you heard them first. Full rev bomb intro, mirror delete, quick shifter flex. Then they roll up and bam! Every piece of gear screams sponsorship that doesn't exist. Alpine stars from head to toe, or maybe Dainzy. Always matching. Helmet matches the bike, jacket matches the gloves, gloves match the boots, and all of it matches the deep need for validation. Their gear isn't just protective, it's a uniform, a costume, a declaration that they are not like the rest of us mere mortals. Every stripe, every logo, every carbon fiber vent is part of the image. Are they fast? Maybe. Are they stylish? Absolutely. Are they extra? Without question. They take more photos at the gas station than they do at the destination. They practice their helmet-off hair shake like it's a shampoo commercial, and they'll tell you exactly how much their jacket cost before you even finished asking them how their ride was. But here's the truth. Deep down, they just love motorcycle. The performance, the tech, the look, the vibe. And while some riders blend in, this one's out here trying to be the main character. Can you blame them? Just don't expect him to ever wear mismatched gloves. That's a felony. Number 7, the whatever was cheapest on Amazon guy. He gears up all right, but it looks like the algorithm picked it all out. Mismatched colors, weird brands you never heard of, and stitching that's coming loose after the second ride. This dude shows up looking like he typed motorcycle jacket into Amazon, sorted by lowest price, and clicked buy now on whatever had a 5-star review written in broken English. Helmet, some off-brand thing with a name like Fast Eagle or Zorq. Gloves? Finger seams already popping. Boots? Wait, those aren't boots. They're high-top sneakers with a rubber toe cap. He's basically sponsored by polyester and misplaced optimism. But let's be honest, this guy's not trying to impress anyone. He just wants to ride, stay kinda safe, and not take out a second mortgage for a jacket. And sometimes there's a strange sort of honor in that. He didn't fall for the hype. He didn't care what Reddit said. He just got on two wheels and figured, good enough. Sure, he'll eventually learn the hard way that $40 gloves aren't waterproof, or that the CE-rated back protector is basically just foam, but until then, he's out there, riding, learning, evolving, and probably buying replacement gear from the same sketchy seller. Number 8. The modular helmet and touring jacket combo. This rider isn't here to play, he's here to ride. Clockwise, counterclockwise, rain, shine, sleet, dental appointment, you name it. You spot him halfway through a 400-mile day, flipping up that modular chin bar at the gas station like it's a knight's visor. Inside, probably chewing trail mix and checking tire pressure on an app you never heard of. The jacket's a technical marvel. Vents, zippers, built-in hydration tube, enough pockets to smuggle a baguette, a tire gauge, maybe a small family. The pants match, the boots Gore-Tex, the gloves look like they've survived a hurricane. Function is the religion, and this guy's a full-on preacher. He might not be the loudest in the group, but he's the one everyone follows when things go wrong. Need a spare visor? He's got two. Emergency duct tape? It's in his pannier right next to the SysApp Smart Tracker and probably a damn espresso maker. Because of course he has SysApp. He's not about to let his bike get towed from a motel parking lot in Kansas without knowing about it instantly. This is the grown-up rider. No ego, no drama, just miles. He won't roast your gear, but he will quietly pity your lack of lumbar support. Number 9. The Motocross Transplant. This rider grew up in the dirt and never quite left. Now they're on a supermoto or maybe a barely street-legal enduro, but they still dress like they're about to line up for a hair scramble. Jersey flapping in the wind, motocross boots louder than the exhaust, and gloves that have seen more mud than pavement. They're the only one in your group who jumps curves like it's normal, wheelies through crosswalks without flinching, and lands speed bumps like tabletops. Their helmet usually has a sun peak and no face shield, just goggles, dust, and that wild-eyed stare of someone who once hit a deer at 70, kept going. Riding with them is fun, until it's not. You'll be on a calm group ride and suddenly they're bouncing off every sidewalk like Tony Hawk on a Red Bull IV drip. But despite the chaos, they're oddly in control. Sliding into corners, foot out, rear tire fishtailing like they're racing ghosts. You'll never win a parking lot maneuvering contest against this person, and you'll never understand why they wear a chest protector to go grab coffee. But that's the thing. They don't care what makes sense to you. They ride their way, dress their way, and will forever be just one jump away from their natural habitat. Airborne. Number 10. The vest and no jacket tough guy. This guy's got I don't need no stinking jacket energy. Just a leather vest, sometimes with patches, sometimes with fringe, sometimes with absolutely nothing but a sunburned chest and a stubborn refusal to believe in road rash. The arms are bare, the gloves are fingerless, and the attitude is louder than the pipes on his V-twin. He swears by freedom, but somehow it always seems to come with a side of skin grafts. You'll see him riding on the hottest days, no helmet, just sunglasses, beard blowing in the wind like a man who thinks SPF is for cowards. And in the winter, still no jacket. Maybe a hoodie under the vest. Maybe. This rider lives for the aesthetic. The chrome, the patches, the don't tread on me belt buckle. Safety's a secondary concern, right behind looking like a badass. And sure, he might scoff at your armored jacket or modular helmet, but ask him how his elbow feels after that low-speed slide in the Arby's parking lot. He's not here to debate gear. He's here to roar past your at-gat self and flip you the peace sign with 3 tattooed knuckles. You do you, he'll do him, and probably wind up on a first-name basis with the local ER nurses. Number 11. The Glove Snob. This rider doesn't just wear gloves, he curates them. Italian leather, carbon knuckles, kangaroo palm, touchscreen compatible fingertips. If the specs don't read like a NASA prototype, he's not interested. His gloves cost more than your entire gear setup, and he'll let you know without ever saying a word. Just one glance at your Velcro fastened off-brand hand wraps and you'll feel it. Judgment. He talks about gloves the way people talk about fine wine. Ah, yes, the tactile feedback, the articulation, the smell. He's convinced that cheap gloves are ruining your throttle control, your braking position, and possibly your entire life. Ask him why he doesn't just wear something simpler, and he'll look at you like you suggested riding barefoot. But here's a kicker. He does have a point. Good gloves really do make a difference, and this guy has felt every nuance of every glove he's ever worn, down to the stitching. He probably has summer gloves, winter gloves, rain gloves, backup gloves, and gloves he'll never wear because they're collector's items. And yet, despite all the expertise, he still fumbles for his keys like the rest of us. At the end of the day, glove snobbery is less about the ride and more about the ritual. And honestly, respect. Those gloves are kind of nice. Number 12. The I only gear up after a crash rider. This one's a walking cautionary tale. Literally. One week they're out riding in shorts and a smile. The next they show up wrapped in gauze, limping like they just survived a bar fight with a belt sander. Suddenly it's ATGAT. All the gear, all the time. Or nothing. They've seen the light, and it came with skin grafts. Before the crash, they laughed off safety. I'm just going down the street. It's too hot for gear. I'll be fine. I've got good reflexes. Yeah, reflexes don't stop pavement from turning your thigh into a pizza topping. Now, full leather, spine protector, neck brace. They wear so much armor they could deflect arrows. And you know what? Good for them. It sucks that pain was the price of perspective, but at least they learned. Some don't. Some just crash again in the same damn shorts. Still, there's always that one moment mid-ride when they look at you, pause, and say, "Dude, don't be like me." And it hits harder than any lecture. Their scars do the talking now. The gear didn't change who they are. It just reminded them how fast things can go wrong. And that second chance? That's what they're protecting now. One layer at a time. Let's be real. You saw yourself in one of these. Maybe you're the hoodie guy. Maybe you're out here in full race leathers on a 125. Either way, your gear's saying something, even if you think it's not. So, which one are you? Drop it in the comments. And if I missed a type, you know what to do. Call it out. Just remember, you can change your oil, your tires, your handlebars. But changing your gear? That might just change your whole image.